If there's anyone who knows what Trump is all about, it's Stormy Daniels.
Given that, are you worried about Trump potentially being elected to a second term?
Shouldn't we all be worried about that?
Are you worried about it particularly for you?
Yes.
Why?
Because I think that he will try to make even more of an example out of me.
Look, we all know Trump was found guilty on 34 charges for trying to hide the fact that he tried to pay her off and falsifying documents. So she is telling the truth, and she makes a good point right here.
You know as well as I do that if he hadn't, that I was lying, he'd have whipped his junk out a long time ago and proved that I was a liar, and it's the only thing I have.
See, I told you she makes a good point. And he's also been on social media going back and forth with her and trying to encourage his followers to do the same.
The president, a triumphant tweet with a gratuitous insult after learning a defamation lawsuit filed against him by porn star Stormy Daniels has been dismissed. Great, he wrote. Now I can go after Horseface and her third-rate lawyer. Daniels, deriding the president, responded, "Game on, Tiny," tweeting about his hatred of women and lack of self-control on Twitter again.
This time it's straight up violent. You know, like the first time it was like gold digger, slut, whore, liar, whatever. And this time it's like, I'm gonna murder you.
Are you frightened?
For the first time ever, yeah.
And him going after Stormy Daniels isn't even the worst thing. He has promised to persecute and kick anyone out of the country who doesn't agree with him. Watch.
I will order my government to deny entry to all communists and all Marxists. Those who come to and join our country must love our country. We want them to love our country. We don't want them when they want to destroy our country. Welcome to America. We want to destroy your country. Thank you very much. So we're going to keep foreign Christian-hating communists, Marxists, and socialists out of America. We're keeping them out of America.
There you have it. He wants to kick out all the Marxists and the communists. Is that even a thing anymore? Are there Marxists and communists out there? I don't know. Does anyone self-describe as a Marxist and a communist? Are there that many of them that he wants to kick them out? No. What he's doing is he's preparing labels to go after anybody who does not agree with him. And he's been handed the ability to do this from the decision the Supreme Court made where they said he's got immunity, he can do whatever he wants. His own lawyer, in arguing at the Supreme Court, said that he could order Navy SEAL Team 6 to take out his political opponent and not be prosecuted for it because it was done under official business.
If the president decides that his rival is a corrupt person and he orders the military or orders someone to assassinate him, is that within his official acts that for which he can get immunity?
It would depend on the hypothetical, but we can see that could well be an official act.
It could.
And that it would fall on Congress to impeach him if it was something that was wrong. And we all know Congress isn't going to impeach him. I mean, the Congress will impeach him, but the Senate won't convict him. So he right now has been given the ability to do whatever he wants and get away with a lot of stuff. And it's not just Stormy Daniels. I'm using Stormy Daniels as an example here, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. He can go after whoever he wants and just come up with whatever reason and say, oh, they're a Marxist, they're a communist, they are anti-American. Remember the Joseph McCarthy witch hunts of the 50s? He could do that and just be, you're un-American. Who's un-American? Anybody who criticizes him is un-American. He's already gone after online. He's gone after Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, late night talk show hosts he wants to go after. Anybody who criticizes him, he can go after. And he's been given the playbook by Project 2025. I want you, as soon as this video is over, to Google Project 2025, read it. It's the Heritage Foundation, a bunch of billionaires who've gotten together and have given him a playbook on how to go about strengthening himself even more when he becomes president. What they want to do is they want to go into the federal government and they want to take a lot of the bureaucratic jobs and they want to fire these people that have bureaucratic jobs that are the same people who are in different departments, no matter if the president's Republican or Democrat. They want to fire those guys and bring in people that are loyalists so he can just do whatever he wants. What this has been is this has been a long effort to strengthen the presidency over years and years and years, because the stronger the president gets, the less useful and powerful Congress is, and nobody can stop him. And now he's got these 6 Supreme Court justices who just keep handing him power, and we're in dangerous waters, ladies and gentlemen. I know we started with Stormy Daniels. That was just an example of who he could go after if he wanted to. He could ask his Department of Justice to go after her for some made-up reason. He could ask the IRS to investigate. He would have all these loyalists that are going to go and do the things he wants to be done. Even if you're somebody who is criticizing him online, could come. I might be on the list. I'd be low on the list. I'd be like number 999,999. By the time they came after me, I'd already be gone. But the point is, this is a very dangerous situation we're in. And that's why when you look at, Biden versus Trump, you shouldn't be looking Biden versus Trump. You should be looking at democracy versus autocracy. And if you think he's not coming after you, he's coming after you. He's going to come up with reasons to go after you. If you're a member of the LGBTQ community or you have a relative who is, they're going to find ways to take away their rights. They're going to be taking away more immigrant rights, more minority rights, more women's rights. They already took away a woman's right to choose. A majority of Americans support a woman's right to choose. And yet, these people from the Heritage Foundation, the Leonard Leos, all these people have worked all these years. The Koch brothers, all these conservative billionaires have worked all these years to get Roe v. Wade overturned, and they were able to do it in a country where a majority of the people believe a woman should have the right to choose. Think about that. And now just extrapolate from there. And the truth is, Donald Trump is kind of a useful idiot in this situation, because I honestly believe if you took him, just objectively speaking, and you just took him in a corner and said, do you believe in abortion? And he would say, sure, women should have an abortion. Lord knows he'd gone around impregnating women and having sex with different women all the time. I'm sure he's paid for an abortion. And or maybe he hasn't, he's cheap. But the point is that he is someone who would probably support that if it weren't for the fact of they found the right person who's willing to do what they need him to do. And he wants power so much. He wants to put up so many Trump towers around the world that he doesn't care. He's got no spine. He'll sell himself out and just keep making money. We all know he made a lot of money in the presidency. We all know that his family made a lot of money in the presidency. He's all about that, you see. He's not about principles. Remember, he went with the Bible in front of the church during the protests, and he was holding the Bible upside down. If you ask him if he actually prays or cares about the Bible, he doesn't care about the Bible. He's just in it because they're giving him power. They being people like the Heritage Foundation and the others who want to do Project 2025. And now they've basically created Frankenstein. You see, the billionaires are Dr. Frankenstein, and Donald Trump is Frankenstein. Now, Frankenstein was misunderstood. Donald Trump is just an idiot. So here we are, and it's dangerous waters, folks. Dangerous waters. So please, tell your cousins and your uncles and your aunts, everybody, that they need to not vote for Trump. It's really very, very dire right now. The fact that and think about this, by the way, a lot of people that support him just support him on the rah-rah, and they don't look at the actual practical results that will happen. He wants to deport 11 million undocumented people in America. What's that going to do? How does that look? That will be the National Guard at different streets just lined up and pulling you over like they do in these, Banana Republic countries, pulling you over because you got a tan. Pull over. Let me see your passport. Let me see if you're a documented citizen or not. You'll have to be walking around, not just with your license. You'll be walking around with some kind of citizenship papers to prove you're a citizen. And if you're not, get the hell out. And then what happens if they were actually successful in kicking out 11 million undocumented Americans? You know what would happen? 11 million undocumented people. You know what would happen? Our economy would crash. Because those undocumented people are the ones who are doing the work and picking the fruits and helping with a lot of jobs that American citizens don't want. So just think about the next level. Every time your crazy uncle tells you, we're getting rid of the undocumented and we're going to go ahead and America, USA, going to get rid of the Marxists and the communists. Just be like, when was the last time you met a communist? When was it? Does that happen all the time? It's a lot of crap. It's a lot of just BS that they make up and they just cheer for. So think, and tell your relatives to think, and tell your relatives to realize their rights are going to be taken away. He's coming after them. It's no joke. I'm comedian Maz Jobrani. I've got a special on YouTube. It's called The Birds and the Bees. I want you to watch it. It's free. If you like it, tell your friends. If you don't like it, keep it to yourselves. Bye.